Hi, hello, welcome. My name is Harry, and welcome back to Good Boy Pod. This feels like a fever dream because I haven't filmed an episode in 2 weeks because I've been so busy. So I bulk filmed the last two episodes, and now I'm having to film episodes again. And it's like, oh my god, those 2 weeks went so fast. And I was meant to film an episode in those 2 weeks, but I forgot. So here we are today. I haven't got my lighting set up. I haven't, made the area look pretty like I normally try and do. I just was like, nope, I'm not doing that today. The sun is still out slightly, so we're getting some light. Before I go dark, we need to film this entire episode, which I just filmed, and I lost the entire recording. So I've got to remember what I said for the most part, but that's not going to happen, is it? Because it's me and I go off topic. So I learned my lesson. Don't press pause and then let your laptop die because you will lose your recording because you didn't end it. Anyways, so much has happened. Last week was my birthday. I turned 27. So some would say that is twink death. So if you're not in the gay community, a twink is someone that looks young. I feel like that's probably the best way to explain a twink. Young and skinny is normally the vibe that a twink gives. So apparently now I have reached twink death. I feel like I reached it at least 2 years ago, but apparently it's only now just really, really occurring. Because 27, I mean, that's so old, isn't it, really, when you think about it? I'm so close to 30. And I feel like at 27, I should have my life together, but I also don't know a lot of 27-year-olds that do have their lives together. So I feel okay about that. And the one thing that I'm kind of looking at this year is focusing on me and my own happiness. I don't know if you guys have listened to Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande, my queen, but she has an interlude called Saturn Returns Interlude. And basically, the Saturn cycle takes 27 years, and Saturn was somewhere when we were all born. And this basically is my Saturn return. So in the song, it basically says that you have to wake up and smell the coffee or the roses, one of the two, flowers or coffee, one of the two, and get your life back together. So I feel like that's kind of what I'm going to try and focus to do this year. Focus on me, what I want to achieve as a person, and also what I have as a goal. Like, I think if someone was to ask me now what my goals are for the next 5 years, I think I'd really struggle to answer that question because I don't think that that's something that I'm necessarily thinking about all the time. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think I'd really struggle with that question because I think I do have goals, but I don't think I could easily tell you what those goals are off the top of my head right now. Like, I'd need time to go away and think about them and come back and really, dissect it. Yeah, hate that question. Hate that question, especially in an interview when they're like, "Oh, where do you see yourself in 5 years?" I'm like, I don't know. I haven't even got this job yet. Anyway, I just lifted my leg up in the camera, so if you are watching this on YouTube, you will see what I'm on about. But my thighs looked absolutely massive then, and they are in a lot of pain because I did leg day yesterday, and I'm slowly starting to get the form on my Russian deadlifts, RDLs. I went story time. Went with my housemate to the gym, and I said to her, I can't do RDLs. Like, I've just never really been able to do them. I really struggle with them. Can you help me? And she was like, okay, cool, fine. I'll help you. So I'm going to do it. And she was like, why are you arching your back up in the air? And I was like, oh, I thought that's how you do it. Like, I need to do that. She was like, nope, no, no, no. And then anyway, she was trying to get me to do it. So she told me to do something. And again, I was still arching my back. And she was like, you can really tell that you are a gay man because all you want to do is arch your back. And I just want to throw it back. But anyway, we're now starting to get them. I have to think about bowing when I do them. So that thought process helps me a little bit, but it doesn't always help because I do feel like I just am still doing them wrong. But I think with time, I will eventually get them correct. Sorry, guys, I'm just maneuvering because I felt like it was a bit too dark in here. So yeah, we're working on that. The booty builder machine. Oh, so I normally do hip thrusts with a barbell, and I'm usually working like my working weight is around 100 to 110, 15. Used to be 120, but I'm not being funny. That's actually going to kill me off again. If I even think about doing that, I will actually just cry. Um, so yeah, so that used to be my working weight. But now I use the booty builder machine. I'm also trying to see like why this has not it's not showing me how much I've recorded time wise. So I have no idea. So I'm gonna go based on the clock on my laptop. But yeah, so I now use the booty builder machine, and I'm not being funny. But I can do 50 kg on like a barbell, like nobody's business. 50 kg on that booty builder machine. Oh my gosh, it kills me off. It's awful. I get up to 60 now, but still wasn't not really been feeling it in my glutes. So we'll let you know next week how we're feeling about that. I spoke to one of my friends today, and she said to try and lift more from my heels. So like literally lift my toes off of the bar, the pad that you would press on, and try doing it like that and see if that helps. Which we will try, and I will let you know how it goes. But we'll come back to that. Birthday. Had a lovely time. Went to Vegas with my friend. It was incredible. It was really nice to spend some time with her because I haven't seen her in what feels like forever. I used to see her literally every day before I moved out, and we would just go for drives in my car. We would literally just chat rubbish. Would watch TikToks. So it was really nice just to have some time to do that and to not have to kind of think about driving back to my house or all of that. It was just nice to spend some time with her, watch some TikToks. We watched so many TikToks, and there's that one TikTok where it says it's really hard to go from this, which is seeing someone all the time, to seeing someone just over FaceTime, and it is really difficult. And yeah, it is difficult, and I miss her every day. So she's not dead, she is alive. But I just it's difficult when you see someone for so long and then you want to go and see them again and you can't. So it is a bit difficult. I have just also established I can now see the clock on how long I've been recording. Not that anyone cares, but I do. Um, so yeah. Also, what else has been going on in my life? I went on a second date. I know. It was really nice. It was really lovely. We have planned a third date. It did get postponed. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to date, and I know I said I'm focusing on myself, but it just kind of happened, and we got along really well, and it's quite nice, and I'm just going to see what happens with it. I feel my previous dating, I've been so kind of pushy for it to become something, whereas now I'm kind of more chilled about it, which is nice. Also, the sun is shining. Well, it's not anymore. It was. But it's been a beautiful day. The last few days actually have been really nice. So it's quite nice. Summer is on its way. I can feel myself in a beer garden already. Like, oh, I actually have been to a beer garden already about 4 times, and I sat there in the freezing cold. But I just wanted the sun was out, and I thought, well, it's summer. So yeah, actually, when summer does hit, that's what I will be doing. But yes, it feels weird recording because, like I said, I haven't recorded in the last 2 weeks because I filmed the last 2 episodes back to back. So now sitting down recording, it feels weird, and I've got such a busy schedule coming up, so I'm also going to have to pre-record some episodes to get them out for you guys. And I was going to take a week's break, but I thought, I spoke to my friend Kelly, and she was like, no, like the episode's meant to come out. When is it coming out? And I was like, well, Sunday. She was like, okay, and have you recorded it? And I was like, no. So it is Saturday evening, and I'm now recording for this to go out tomorrow. So this is a very late upload for me. But we're pumping them out, darling. I also, yeah, there's one of the little like balls on my good boy thing. I don't know what you'd call it. Cover art? Let's call it that. It's like a little devil, and whenever I record, I always see it, and it always just makes me laugh, and I have to not look at it, but I can see it in the corner here, and it's distracting me. So I'm not going to look at it for the rest of this episode. But I do want to talk about Temptation Island. Now, I got into Temptation Island because of the Spanish version this year. Yeah, was it filmed last year? I don't know. And you might know it of Montoya, por favor, Montoya, por favor, Montoya. And basically, Montoya sees that Anita is cheating on him, and he runs across from his villa to the other villa to go and get her because he can't take it while she's in bed with another man. Anyway, but it's in Spanish. I'm learning Spanish. My Spanish isn't great. I can make out some of the words, but don't think I'd be able to watch the whole thing without subtitles. So Netflix, the geniuses, bought, well, I don't know when they bought it, but they decided to release a Temptation Island that they had filmed last year. Now, we're going to get into it. I'm going to do a full season recap, so spoilers ahead, because I really need to talk about it, because I want to know if straight people are actually like this, or if this is just an American thing, or if this is actually a straight person thing, because I don't think my friends would do this. But anyway, 4 couples, they go onto the show. They're all having issues in their relationships. They've all been together for like a year, 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, whatever the years are. I don't remember. We're going to go through the couples. We'll start with Brian and Shantae. So Shantae is literally the sweetest person ever. She deserves the world. Like, she's a beautiful human being, and she also puts up with so much rubbish. Brian, I have never been so gaslit by a man in my entire life. Actually, one of the other men does kind of gaslight quite a lot, but Brian is... we'll get to it. Grant and Ashley. Oh, Brian cheated on Shantae. That's why they're there. Forgot to say that. Ashley and Grant and Ashley, however you want to say it. Grant cheated on Ashley, and then he chased her around the country to basically get her back, and she doesn't trust him now. That's why they've gone on the show. Ashley is literally so pretty. She could literally get anyone. Grant, meh. I don't actually think any of these men are my type. Actually, maybe one of them, but Grant, no. No. Grant is not. Lino and Alexa had to stop saying her name because every time they would say her name on the show, my Alexa would go off. So we had to call her Alexa. No, we just called her Alex. We called her Alex. Yeah, but we did get confused with a different person on the show called Alex. They are the cutest couple. They met at the gym. He injured himself trying to impress her. But when they first got together, she was also seeing another guy. So she was telling Lino that he was the one, but also had another guy on the go. Which, I mean, good on you, girl. You have to keep your options open. But kind of see where he was coming at. And then we have Taylor and Tyler. My biggest issue with these two is that their ship name would literally just be Taylor or Tyler. That's my biggest issue, apart from the fact that they just don't work together. Tyler was married to Taylor's best friend. They are now not together, and then he got with Taylor. That was a lot. Anyway, so we sit there, we learn about the couples. Mark, the host, then brings out the temptresses. So there's 12, I think there was 12 women. And they all come out in like this red silky nightgown, dressing gown. And it looks like a cult, first of all, first issue. And then they walk on, and they all take them off, and they're just stood there in their swimwear. So much bum everywhere. Like a bit too much, actually, when you think about it. And then they start saying their, like, pickup lines. And one of them literally says that her guilty pleasure is to yep. And another girl says that she can't wait to get in their boyfriends' mouths. Like, I was just, like, watching it thinking, this is the cringiest stuff I've ever seen. And if they were told to say this, like, if they were told beforehand, come up with a cringy pickup line. If someone said that to me in the club, if someone was like, I can't wait to get it all up in your mouth, I'd be like, no. And then the men come out. This is what we were all excited about. Oh. So many of them were so hot, but then they opened their mouth and they said their cringy lines. And I was like, nope, this is not happening. The one guy, what was his name? I think his name was Matt. I don't know. He was a personal trainer, and he was like, I've stretched out, and I can't wait to stretch your girls out. Ugh. As soon as he said that, I thought, nope, I'm done. Anyway, they go back. They have their first night in the villa. They get to go on dates. They get to pick who they want to go on a date with. So the next day, they all meet up again, and all of the couples are there, and all of the girls and boys are there. And the couples have to basically pick someone that they want to take on their first date in front of their ex-partner. They're still together. So they do that. They go on their first date. These people are already getting very cuddly. Like the men with the how are we gonna call them? The men that are now getting with the temptresses literally have forgotten about their girlfriends within like that. They were just ready to go, ready to board the ship. They were on a boat, I think, for their first date, and then one of them already had their arm around the other one. It was giving that. We then go back to the men's villa. The women decided that they are going to do a lingerie party. So the men literally turn up to the villa and these women are in lingerie. You know how I said earlier there was so much bum? There was even more bum now. I was like, this is too much. And obviously it got the men's attention. And this is where we start to see Grant start to kind of sway away from his girlfriend Ashley with a new girl called Natalie, who literally said, I think her opening line was that she had a big bum or something, which she did. Like, good on you, girl. But yes, so that happened. The girls are on their dates. The girls' dates are so much more civilized, kind of just getting to know them, talking, and then they go back to the villa. The men are trying to party with the girls, and the girls are just not really having it. They're just kind of like, we're tired, it's not happening. So the boys' villa, the men's villa. I'm like also trying to remember stuff that happened. I didn't write down notes because I thought I'd remember it all, and I'm sat here now thinking about the stuff that I want to talk about, but I don't remember how we got there. I think it was night 2. So they go on their day again. They go on another day. They do like a group activity. One of the group activities was that the girls had to. So the girls in the men's villa had to put a body paint on themselves, and they had to transfer it from themselves to the men, but they weren't allowed to use their hands. Now, I'm sure you could imagine how they transferred said body paint to the men. It involved bum. It involved other areas of a body. It was like it was so unnecessary. I did not need to see it, and I did think when I was watching it, I was like, if this was a gay man doing this to another gay man, like the amount of complaints that there would be to Ofcom, to everyone about that. Like, no, I just didn't think it was okay as a gay man. I nearly said I didn't think it was okay as a straight man, and that just not me trying to say I'm a straight man. Yeah, so anyway, the girls, they're on their dates again. They decided that they want the boys to give them a lap dance. Oh. There was no movement. One of the guys literally just put his bum in the girl's face and was like, that was his lap dance. Meanwhile, at the men's villa, the girls are giving like full-on booty shaking, earthquaking, get your man down on his knees. Like, yeah, it was wild. Then we go to the bonfires, okay? So each of the 4 couples will meet at a bonfire with just the girls. Oh, I didn't say they were living segregated. So the girls are living in their own villa and the men are living in their own villa. The men have the temptresses in their villa and the women have the tempters in their villa. So we go to the bonfire and they basically see clips of what their partner has been doing. Every single time that we are at the men's bonfire, they're showing clips of the girls, and the girls aren't really doing much. They're saying stuff. Like they've cut what the girls have said at certain points to make it seem worse than what they've actually done. So, for instance, they'll cut where Taylor, was talking about Tyler and would say that he was like a baby, and she'd say something else afterwards and explain it, but they just show Tyler the bit where she says he's a baby. So Tyler thinking, this girl is not good enough for me. I'm going to go crack on with Kay. New girl, remember her name. She was twerking in his face a minute ago. It was, yeah. Grant is shown a video of Ashley, and Ashley's basically just saying that she deserves better, which is true. And Grant is already gaslighting the situation, saying how, he's done everything for this woman and she doesn't want him and he can't keep going like this and she needs to forgive him for all of his past mistakes. No, Grant, no, because you're about to make more mistakes. The women go to their villa, go to their bonfire. They see videos. They see Grant cracking on with Natalie, kind of being flirty. They also see Tyler getting it on with Kay. They also see Breon like flirting and licking, having a girl lick his neck, which obviously breaks Shantae's heart. And then there's Alexa, and she doesn't really see anything from Lino because he doesn't do much, and neither does Alexa. Let's get into the juicy gossip because I know you all want to discuss it. I think it was like night 2. They bring in no, yeah, okay, I remembered. Grant and Natalie are flirting away, and she's like, "Do I tempt you? Wait, let me do it properly for you. Do I tempt you?" And he's like, "Oh, you're tempting me so much." Don't know why I made him a female there. Anyway, he goes into the shower room with her, and they then show us a scene of them literally doing it in the shower. Like, you don't see them because it's steamy, but you can see a handprint. You could make out what was going on. I mean, we all know. Grant tells us in the confessional. And then cut to him the next day, and he is sat there with a guitar. I'm not joking, dude. This man is sat with a guitar, and he's going, "I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And I miss you, and I love you." Didn't you just have sex with some random woman that you literally met like 48 hours ago? Did you not just have sex with her? And now you're sat singing a song saying how you regret what you did and how you're sorry to your girlfriend that you did that. Nope, not happy. Not about it. Not about it. Then we have Breon. Okay, Breon. Breon is trying to have a freeway. He is trying to because he really enjoys it. And there's 2 girls that really are into him and want to tempt him. So they basically decide that they are going to try and tempt the man. Which they do. They do. And they say, like, how far are you going to tempt? How far are you willing to go? And he's like, oh, I think we just start slow and see what happens. Anyway, they do it behind closed doors. They do it in the shower room. You hear noises. Don't ever see anything, which does kind of terrify me that Netflix literally couldn't show us anything. But that footage is somewhere. Someone literally has that footage. Mad to think about. Mad. He then comes out and he's like, I still feel like I'm being respectful to Shantae because it wasn't with one person. And like, I still love Shantae and I want to be with her and I'm still being respectful to her. What part of being respectful to your girlfriend was having sex with 2 women? Please. There's none. You literally can't justify it. You can't sit there and justify saying that. And then his argument the whole time is like, if they were in the outside world, this wouldn't have happened and you wouldn't have done it. It's because they were in here and this isn't a natural environment. But you came here. You came here because you wanted to test your relationship and you wanted to prove to your girlfriend that you could have platonic relationships with women, which you have not proved because you've just done what you've done. Anyway. Ashley and Shantae see this at the bonfire. Well, Shantae sees it later because it comes later in the episode. But Ashley sees Grant crack on with Natalie and take her into the shower. And Ashley's like, I'm done, I'm single, blah, blah, blah. When Shantae is shown what Breon done, Shantae literally doesn't have any words. She's like, it doesn't deserve my tears. Like, it doesn't deserve an emotion from me. Which I think is respectful. I think that's, you know what, good on her. Good on her for being a female boss and empowering. She does kind of lose that and lose me on her side later on. And then we have Taylor and Tyler. And Taylor, good old Taylor. Taylor needed more than a physical connection. She needed an emotional connection to make with someone. And I think she didn't really make it until very late in the show. Because I think she was ready to cheat on Tyler because he'd already done it and was doing it with Kay. Then they introduced this like canopy. And let's call it a canopy. Is a canopy a canopy is a thing you'd put in a garden, and a canapé is like little food, isn't it? I think. They introduce a canopy. And basically if you go in there, there's no cameras. So you're completely like nobody will know what's going on. But there is a red light that will go off in the other villa. to signify that someone's gone in there. Obviously, can you take a guess which side of the villa decided to go and use it first? The women's or the men's? I'll give you a second. Of course, it was the men's, because the men literally showed no restraint. Guess who it was? Guess who went in there first? It was Grant. Yeah, Grant went in there with Natalie again. And after literally singing a song about how he was upset about what he did to Ashley, he then went in there with Natalie. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. I just don't really think that that makes sense. But okay, Grant. Anyways, Ashley's now cracking on with Danny. Danny is so cute, by the way. They were really cute together. And Grant is still cracking on with Natalie. Tyler, does Tyler go in the... I think Tyler goes in the canopy as well at one point. Yeah, Tyler does late in the evening because it goes off again at the girls' villa. Then the next day, the girls are like, not having this, not feeling like rubbish. Because Shantae's crying because she's convinced that Brion is going to be in there with someone. Oh, yeah, she didn't know about what happened. So she's crying, not even knowing what happened, before knowing what happened. Anyways, so Ashley goes in there with Danny just to set off the light, just to annoy the men. And then the men are like, oh, I can't believe they do this to us. Like, how dare they? Were you not just in there with a woman? Please. Were you not just in there with a woman? Did you not just go into the shower with another woman? Like, don't give me that level of gaslighting. No, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. Oh, I don't remember where we got up to. I had to take a break, but I also did just see on my Instagram that a man has married a goat after many failed relationships, and I just feel that man on a different level. Like, I feel that man. Oh, he's married a goat. Anyway, so they're offered to send each other a video if they want to discuss about how things are. Three of the women, no, Taylor. See what I mean? It's an annoying name. Taylor and Ashley decide not to send a video to their respective partners. All of the men send a video. Brion is like, I'm so sorry, Shantae. Like, I should never have done that to you. I want to be with you. I want to be a better man for you. Lexa is saying to, what's his name? Lino, that she loves him. Lino is saying to Lexa, I love you. Blah, 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 blah. Boring. Like, I love, but like, boring. And then Grant says to Ashley, he's like, I feel like I can finally let you go now, and I need to be on my own, and you clearly can't change and you can't do this, so I have to let you go. Huh? Make it make sense. And then Tyler is saying to Taylor, I honestly don't even know what Tyler said, because most of the time that he was on the screen, I literally just tuned out because I just didn't care. Which is truth. Like, I genuinely didn't care what that man was doing. He was just annoying me anytime he was on the screen. I was like, please stop right now. Anyway, cut forward. They go on their final dates. Grant and Natalie are still like hubbering, the whole situation. Then they get to the point of, do you want to, like, they go to their final fire pit thing. What do I call it? I call it a fire pit, I think. And they all go in one by one. No backup this time. We shot. Oh gosh, I'm very tired. I think it's the summer. I think it just makes me tired. We start with Brion and Shantae. Brion comes in to Shantae and he's like, I love you. I didn't mean what I did. Blah, 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 blah. I hope I can make you a better man. I can be a better man. I hope you'll give me the chance to be a better man. Like, I literally would have told the producers, don't even bother filming this because I will not be leaving the island with this man. She does. She has left the island with him. She decides to stay with him and give him a chance. I believe from when I am up, they went on the Vile Files and like some goss came from that. But I'm just going to check because I'm pretty sure there's an update on Brion and Shantae, and let's have a look just really quickly. Okay, yes. So when the show came out, they were still together Um, but at the moment, oh, hang on, let's just see. Yeah, so just give me a summary. I don't need a summary. We just need to know whether they're still together or not. Okay. Brion said that he wanted to leave the island with Shantae, but she was very conflicted. Oh yeah, she walked off, and then a producer was like, um, you know, do what you need to do. Mark has said that he wanted to give her a hug, but he's not allowed. But anyway, um, yeah. However, as of April 7th, so literally like what, 5 days ago, Shantae has said that her and Brion are no longer together. She said there's no bad blood, and that they simply needed time and space to process their journey. Wow. Okay. Cute. I think I'm happy that she has ended things with him. I'm really glad for that because she deserved so much more. And, uh, like, yeah, she deserved so much more than what she got from that man. And I really hope that she does find that somewhere else. And I hope she takes the time to heal and finds her man. But I do want to just put it out there that if your man had done that on national television and he got with two women and it was televised, like, I just don't know how you could go back to him. Like, I just don't see it. I just don't. Maybe I'm naive. Like, I don't know. I don't think I am. I think a lot of people were. Oh my gosh, stop yawning. A lot of people would agree with me. Like, you just can't go back from that. Oh, guys, I just muted the camera and the camera just almost fell. I just don't see how you can go back from that. I just don't. Um, but let's move on to the most boring couple because Alexa and Lino are literally the most boring couple because they are madly in love and they both decide to leave the island together. And like a day before, I think we find out that Lino is going to propose to Alexa. He proposes, they get engaged. They're still together as far as I'm aware. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he says they're indestructible now. Okay. But yeah, they were cute. Like, they was cute. It was nice to have a couple that were really loved up and that actually really wanted to be together and actually took the experience for what it was to kind of see if they were tempted and they weren't. Like, they wanted to be together. So that was nice. Tyler and Taylor. Oh, they're whirlwind. Okay. Tyler leaves with Kay and Taylor leaves on her own. Tyler and Kay break up quite soon after they leave, and Tyler is now in a relationship with another woman who was not on the show. Um, he's run into Taylor quite a few times. Bear in mind they live in the same town. Um, like they've had a few blow ups from what I've seen online, and she is not happy with him the way that he treated her. But he seems very loved up. He's with a new blonde girl, so he clearly has a type. And Taylor is single. I think she said she's taken time to focus on herself because she said something in the show. She said basically that everyone she ever loves leaves her and she's not worthy of love. And that broke my heart. And that actually made me really fall in love with her because I really felt like she was someone that we could all relate to. Like, I feel like everyone has felt that at some point in their life. And if you haven't, you're lying to yourself. Now we get on to my favorite couple, Ashley and Grant. Okay, I just love to talk about this couple because this just gets wild. So Ashley decides to leave with Danny, and Grant decides that he wants to leave alone. Because he says he needs time to like process everything. I get that, like cool, fine, whatever. But Ashley's like, I'm gonna leave with Danny. Ashley and Danny break up literally pretty much as soon as they leave the island, and Grant then says, so we obviously don't see this, but on the like episodes and stuff that they've done, Grant has basically said that he spent the next few days on the island with Natalie, and they basically were enjoying their time together. They were exploring the island together, doing whatever they wanted to do. And then they come home. So Grant and Natalie are now seeing each other. Cool, fine, lovely, whatever. Grant then cheats on Natalie with Ashley. And then I don't know. There's like conflicting stories. Grant has like made a few TikToks basically saying that Ashley's come out of it being like America's favorite and he's going to tarnish her reputation, which I still don't think he has done yet. Like he's tried to say some stuff, but I forgot to mention that this man does have a child. And yeah, I forgot to mention that. But he hasn't managed to really tarnish her reputation from what I've seen. But my question is this just a straight person thing? Like, are straight people just willing to put their relationships on the line like that, to go on a show and see if you're going to be tempted by someone else and see. I just, I feel like the gays would do it. The gays are wild. We have a lot of, I feel like in gay relationships, it's much more common to be non-monogamous. Non-monogamous. But I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. I find straight people weird a lot of the time. Like, I do find them weird. Some of the stuff that they do, I'm like, why are you doing that? But then they probably find me weird. And I find myself weird. So they are well in their rights to do that. But yeah. I know this was a short episode, guys, but I just really wanted to talk about Temptation Island. Just absolutely loved it. Despite me literally saying I don't understand straight people and moaning about the amount of bums that were on my screen, I did enjoy it. Yeah. And also, I didn't have a topic to talk about this week. So I needed something that I had recently seen or done um, to talk about. So this was the topic. It had to be done. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, wow, that was so loud. If you did, please give it a like and a comment. I really appreciate it. I love reading the comments that you guys put. You can also follow me on Instagram at goodboy_pod. Or if you are on the TikTok, you can follow me at, I'm literally checking it because I can never remember it. You can follow me at, I think if you just type in Good Boy Pod. Yeah, Good Boy Pod. It will come up. The TikToks that I've been posting have been getting quite a few views. So I see you guys viewing them. Thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. I'm having so much fun filming these and making these despite me being tired today. I am enjoying it. And I really enjoy this kind of outlet in my life that I get to discuss things that are going on and not have anyone judge me in that sense. Also, stream Zara Larson's new song when it comes out, please, because that is a bop. Like, if you haven't heard the snippet, I'm going to play it for you right now. This is going to be our ending. Zara, please don't, like, copyright me. Oh, okay. That's Zara talking. Let's just find it, please. So good. Can't wait for that, Zara. Anyways, I will see you all next week. Have a lovely week. And yeah, bye.